Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another 10-minute build to see if we can complete a title contending squad. This time we are going with newly relegated side Leicester. Now they are still in the Premier League for me. This is still unchanged from where they were at the beginning of last season. And this, we are going to try and fix this team. Tielemans, Madison, all these players still in the squad. Obviously, they are leaving or have left already. And there is one reason why this Leicester City squad actually got relegated. It's because they sold Schmeichel, or they let Schmeichel go for free. I'm not sure which one it was. And they just didn't try and replace him at all. So that is going to be objective number one of this video. I am going into this with no preparations at all, besides the thinking of just signing a goalkeeper, because that is why they got relegated. They just did not sign any goalkeepers to try and boost their squad anymore, because looking at the squad, it's not a bad squad. They shouldn't have got relegated, but they did, because it's just lack of awareness for the club. We are going to go ahead and try and change that. We have 10 minutes to do so, 10 minutes to build a squad, and I actually have no mods, so I don't know the value of the players. I'm just going based off of knowledge of some players that I have been doing for FIFA throughout the entire year. You're trying to get used to them. So let's go and start the timer. Did it start? It did. Okay, we have 10 minutes left. Now, this isn't going to be realistic at all. It's just not going to be realistic. And objective number one is sign a goalkeeper. And you can get a cheap keeper, very, very cheap, if I can actually spell his name right. Manuel Neuer. He is very cheap on FIFA 23 because he is 36 years old. His only value is 2.3 million. We are going to be able to get this job done for probably around 2 million. I am going to have to pretty much kind of negotiate all these deals myself because I don't know the value. I don't know the overall of these players. And when the screen takes this long to load up, it's going to be an issue. I'm going to offer them 2.3, the base value. They want Mendy with him plus 360K. I will accept that because Mendy is not going to be playing at all. And I'm going to go ahead and delegate that deal. Now, next up, looking at the squad, Madison as a right mid. Our midfield duo of Ndidi and Tielemans is kind of set. I would want to bring in pretty much a whole new backline, maybe besides Paeta. Harvey Barnes is good. I want to bring in a striker. I want to bring in a Cam. And thinking about Cam, there was a striker Cam that actually kind of just recently got a position change in FIFA to a Cam, if I'm not mistaken, if I can spell his name right. It's Sanset, right? Yeah. Sanset, who plays for Athletic Club. We are going to try and bring him in. Now, if I remember right, his release clause is 66 million. I'm going to try and scout him a little bit. I think his value isn't that much, but it's possible that it could be a little bit. Tielemans transfer offer. I'm not looking to sell Tielemans at all. Tielemans is going to be a vital part of the squad. We have 8 minutes left to do this. Oh my, we might not have enough time. This is going to be a lot harder than I thought. I'm just going to go straight in for Sanset. I'm going to delegate to buy for Sanset. I'm just trying to think. 66 million. Is that his actual thing? I'm going to go 30 to, I think he's around 30 to 45 million. So I'm offering 27 million. I'm going to go up to 57 million for him and see what they say. Hopefully. I mean, we only have 70 million, so that might be a big chunk of our budget. And we're actually going to have to sell some players. So Castagna is going to have to get sold for 16 million for sure, if he obviously accepts it. Neuer, contract accepted. We'll go ahead and bring him in. Signing number one done. And thinking about it, there's actually another possibly cheap center back that we can get that's a little bit older. And he might be a little bit cheap. I actually don't know what his value is. His value is 10 million. It is possible that we could get him for pretty cheap here. 11 million. We are going to approach to buy him. I have 3 minutes left and I've only signed one player. This is a lot harder than all the other ones. If you are enjoying this series that I'm somewhat doing now, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. And be sure to check out all my other videos, including the MLS Imperialism. I'm going to offer them 11 million. They say, yes, that's reasonable. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and delegate the contract deal for that. And we'll simulate a couple more days. And that might be center back number one. Done and dusted. And I think this is Castagna being sold. It is. We get an extra 16 million, probably 14 to 15 million in there now in our little transfer budget. Thiago Silva accepts. Why is this screen taking so long now? The one time I don't have preparation, this screen takes forever. Trying to think of left backs. His value is 29 million, so I think we actually got that pinpoint on with Sanset. Left back. Jordi Alba, can we get him for cheap? Is his contract expiring? That might be a possibility. Jordi Alba, he is old. There's a lot of old players. 24 million. How much would Kieran Tierney be? He always seems like the go-to option on these types of like rebuild types of videos. We won't know for 9 days. I'm trying to think of a striker. There's one dude that comes to my mind that plays in the French league. He plays for Gladbach. He does play for Gladbach. His contract is expiring. We should be able to get him for a little bit cheaper. We need another center back, and Nathan Ake is always a cheap, reliable option that we could possibly sign. I'm trying to think, who else do we need? We need a striker possibly. Striker. Let's see. Let's just hit a button and see what happens. Striker. Nothing comes up to mind there. But the 4 minutes left. Jonathan David. Is he cheap? The Canadian striker. Is he cheap at all? I don't even know how to spell his name. David. David. Come on. Show Jonathan David. Please. Jonathan David. Are you cheap? Of course. I don't know these. God dang it. Alright, come on. I'm going to have to just go. Sunset might not be an option. I'm going to have to go in for another cam, possibly. Sunset, 37 million. Is that good enough for them? I mean, I'll accept it. I don't want to actually sign him for 37 million if I don't have to be honest. I need an. Oh, 37 million could be possible, to be fair. Tielemans, okay, cool. Neco Williams, actually. Neco Williams, he's young. He's got to be somewhat cheap. I know he's bright talent. Is it Neco Williams? Is it him? No, it's not him. It's the Spanish guy. I'm trying to think of his name. What's his name? Nico. It's Nico, isn't it? Nico Williams there. Here we go. 20-year-old right mid. We'll go ahead and scout him up a little bit longer. And I had 3 minutes to get these deals done. Time is going by fast. I'm going to accept Sunset. He's going to join the squad. Signing number 3. That's pretty much a big chunk of our budget. That's actually half of our budget. A little bit more than half as well. Gone. We have 20-ish million to spend now. We need a left back. We need a cam. No, we don't need a cam. We need a striker. Jamie Vardy's not going to be good enough for striker. I'm going to go in first left back now. How much money do I have? 30 million. Player swap, fullbacks. James Justin plus 18 million. 17 million. Please just accept that off the rip. You want 18.9. I don't have enough time to really negotiate with you. And we are going to go in for Ake as well. Ake is really not the highest overall that we could have bring. This screen right here, this black screen of death is absolutely ruining me. Center backs. We'll go ahead and give you, Foss because Foss isn't going to play. Will you accept Foss? You want Dewsbury Hall plus 7.9. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to go ahead and delegate both of you because y'all should be able to get done in 2 minutes. Striker, who's going to be cheaper? Thuram's going to be cheaper because his contract is expiring. Jonathan David, obviously my preferred option, but it's looking like that might not work out. This black screen of death literally is wasting 10 to 15 seconds of my life. I don't have enough money to actually bring in him. Iheanacho, plus 9 million. Surely you accept this. You want 15 million plus him? I just can't afford that. 9.7 million. Add-on selling clause, 25%. If he don't accept this, I'm just going to have to... I'm going to accept it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to bring him in. I'm going to have to try and bring in Tierney and Ake now. Ake, offer accepted. Perfect. Okay, so we'll bring in Nathan Ake. Our center backs are done. It's looking like we'll have at least our back line done. Our striking options might be stuck into the ends with Jamie Vardy, Iheanacho, and Patson Daka, which isn't the worst, but ain't the best in my opinion. And we're down to our last minute of this 10-minute rebuild window. Thuram, I will go ahead. I will just do this, I guess. But it's unlikely that we get the job done. I don't know. I forgot how much we paid for Tierney. But I know that's 8 million down the drain. Tierney, can we even bring him in? We can't even bring in Tierney at all. We don't have enough money to bring in Tierney. How much money do we have left? We have 19 million. Can we get Jordi Alba for 19 million? Can I get Jordi Alba for 19 million? I actually have to be around 18 million. This black screen of death is going to be the reason we don't get it done. Player swap, fullbacks, Christensen, 17 million. Just please accept this. They want 16 million plus Foss. Okay, fine, sure. I'm not gonna have enough time. We're done. That's time over. We are not gonna be able to bring in him at all. 10-minute timer is done, and we are just gonna have to go with the squad we have now. Let me go ahead and build it out, and I'll be back. So this is the best the team is gonna get. It's honestly not that bad. Patson Daka in the starting striker role. However, Jamie Vardy will probably end up playing as a striker because he's higher overall. We have Sunset as our cam, Harvey Barnes with James Maddison on the flanks, Tielemans and then Diddy on our midfield duo. Justin will be our left back. I would prefer Christensen, but James Justin is higher overall, so I'm not going to bother with that. Ake and Silver in our defensive back line, 2 center backs. Ricardo Paredes survives, and then Manuel Neuer, the one that might be able to get the job done. We have 20 million to spend. I'm going to give myself an extra 3.5 minutes in a January transfer window to spend a little bit more. But first, we have to get into January. So let's go and see how the squad can do now. We lose to Man City. We draw to Crystal Palace. And we lose. I forgot what that team was, but we're not off to a great start here. We draw against Brighton. I don't think we've actually won a single game this season. We haven't. We get our first win of the season against Southampton. We lose to Man United. Now, it's actually a real possibility that I actually get fired in this as well, because I don't have the mods on to wear, make sure I'm not sackable. So it's real possible that I actually get fired, and I probably will end up getting fired, especially if we continue on a poor form, losing to Bournemouth 3-1. That just shouldn't be happening. Newcastle at home in the league, a 3-2 loss. I expect us to lose this game as well against Liverpool. It's a 3-1 loss. We might not even make it to January with this squad. We might get completely relegated. And actually, I have a feeling there's no way we're losing this many games in this team. This full 11 team is playing. James Madison is playing, and the striker who is playing is actually Iheanacho is playing instead of Patson Daka. So the team is playing as it should be. They're just doing it really piss poorly. We lose to Man United. That's now 6 losses in a row, I believe, maybe 5. We beat Brentford. We draw to Fulham. Busy month of December. We have Arsenal twice. We have Wolves with a 3-1 win. We have Chelsea and Tottenham as well. This is going to be one tough of a month. We lose to Arsenal. We get a home draw against West Ham United. Chelsea away from league. It's another loss in the record book. We are for sure at least bottom 5. A loss to Tottenham, a draw to Arsenal, and I won't know until it flips over, a draw against Wolves. And somehow we're actually kind of in a green for the manager rating, which is absolutely insane. Where are we at in the Premier League? We are sitting 12th. So we're actually not doing as bad as I thought we would be doing. But we are definitely not fighting for the league at all. We have, how many points? 21. We are 27 points off of Man United. And that's almost as bad as to just not even worry about trying to do it. Is Silva not playing? Silva isn't playing. Is Manuel Neuer not playing? Why is Iverson playing? That's when we do this. And that's when we actually go ahead and release Willie Fa as well. Too many release players. Okay, I'm gonna sit through this window and try and sell all these center backs because I don't want them playing. I want Thiago Silva playing. I won't bring in anybody else though. I'm not gonna give myself that 3.5 minutes. We got rid of Foss, but Sayuncu and Amarty actually gonna go out and go on a pre-contract deal, so we don't go ahead and do that. They will stay, and we and we will continue with the simulations. A draw against Chelsea, a loss against West Ham, a win against Everton, a win in the FA Cup as well. Can we somehow bounce back a little bit and try and push into a maybe top 5 spot in the league, maybe top 6, something? Just try and get something out of this season. A win against Southampton, a win against Liverpool. Can we win against Newcastle? No, we go ahead and lose, and then we lose in the FA Cup to Everton. And then lose to Man United in the league. We bounce back against Leeds United with a draw. Tottenham in the Premier League. This is where I have a feeling we might start to get kind of fired. Maybe not, because we just went ahead and beat Tottenham 2-1. We beat Fulham as well. Next up is Brentford. It's another win against Brentford. I believe we actually lost to Bournemouth the first time this season. Can we get our revenge? Yes. Four wins in a row now, I believe. 4 wins in a row. We are ending this season off on a high note. It looks like it. Make that 5 wins in a row. Crystal Palace. We'll go ahead and lose this game against Man City, though. But we should win almost every other game. We win against Forest. Brighton, it's a 3-0 win. Getting rid of Foss actually has made a world of a difference somehow. And we end this season with a 2-1 loss. But I am more than convinced that we have at least finished in the top 7. No, we finished in 8th or 9th. 53 points. How many points off from the title? 29 points off from the title, which Man United go ahead and win. That's absolutely insane. We don't get relegated, though, like they did in real life, so that's actually something. How many clean sheets did Manuel Neuer had? 6 clean sheets. That's actually criminal for him. Ignacio was our top goal scorer. James Madison with 12 goals. Jamie Vardy with 10 goals. I kind of want to do this again with my mods on, to be honest. So that way I'm not unstackable. I can release players for free just to get rid of them. But for now, that's the end of this challenge. We technically fail it because we finished in 10th. But we go ahead and succeed in not getting them relegated and not getting fired as well. Leave a like, let me know what team you want me to do next. Until then, peace out.